they would just look at me and I didn't know how to pronounce words. You know, they'd be like, yeah, cool. And then, so did the snow blow you to Florida?
Yes, the snow blew me to Florida, to Pensacola. When I heard about Pensacola, I thought it was Pensacola was the capital of Coca-Cola.
No culture difference, huh?
Culture difference. And, yeah, and moved to Florida, to Pensacola, and it's been really hot since then. Here, it was very welcoming. People were very nice, great community. Had the opportunity to meet you, and great.
The highlight of your.
The highlight. And we were in leadership together.
Oh,
Yes, we graduated together.
okay. Which class leadership principal were we on?
Harry, do you remember?
2016.
2016.
No, 2016.
And that was the best class ever.
No, it was the second best. Lead 1997. I'm just saying, that was the best class. 1997 was the best class. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know how old I was then. I was a tot, but I was in 97. That was the best class. So I said that you struck me when I first met you, and then seeing you later with at the Fish House, and that you really do have this air of professionalism and calmness about you. What got you into the restaurant business? Because eventually you became part owner of Five Sisters and now Angelina's Italian. So what got you into thinking about the restaurant business?
Well, back when I was, going to college, the restaurant business was probably the most flexible job that I could find that would meet schedule, and you could work and go to school at the same time, and family and all those kind of things. That was very flexible. So I started out with a small Italian restaurant that was here called Giuseppe's. It was a town and country plaza.
Oh, no.
You were still talking.
I'm still talking. Thank you for keeping my line going.
And then went to James over in the historic district downtown. And then after that, I went to the Fish House. And that's where probably my relationship with restaurants started. Really to love it, and to realize that this is really something that I love doing, something that I enjoy doing. It's hard work, it's a lot of work, long hours, but that was very rewarding to me at some point. And of course, I met great people over there, people that I work with, including Carter, who really, with that mindset of leadership and entrepreneurship, that was really what struck me as a mentor, and tried to do a little bit more as I was finishing up college and those kind of things. So I never really saw myself pursuing the career that I was in and what I was going to college for, which was accounting. So I just didn't see myself after college, and with the economy degree, I just didn't see myself behind the desk.
So little John Pierre in Senegal thought, I want to do what? I'm sure no little child goes, I want to do accounting. So what did little John Pierre back in Senegal look?
And as a child, I really didn't know what I wanted exactly to do. Sometimes you think about medical field or engineering or something like that. But as a child, it's probably the same thing. Firefighter.
Oh yeah.
The uniform. Just
yeah. Police officer, firefighter, teacher.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Those kind of things. But it was different. Yes.
And so then you make this leap to owner. So you go from student and waiter or maitre d' to then this investment, this huge investment. What did you learn from both your childhood, probably first, and then your time in the early restaurant business that helped you become an owner? So I'm guessing all of that helps you become even a different type of owner in the air charter business.
I think more importantly, it's just how people want to be treated and how you treat people, including your coworkers, people that you work with, and on that people that conduct the business. I think that's the most important thing that I learned growing up. It's always been taught by grandmothers and others that always treat everybody with respect.
Regardless of how much tip they leave, it doesn't matter. The $2 tip is just as important as the $200 tip.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. If somebody is coming in and spends $1, it's as important as if they spend $100. All those kind of things that really how you treat people really matters a lot. That's probably the main thing.
So what is this leap then into the air charter business? This is again back to that professionalism and calmness. This is a whole nother.
Actually, it's pretty much the same because I am now in the private jet charter business, which is pretty much what you would call customer service. It's the same thing, but in this industry, it's just a different product. Taking people from point A to point B, pretty much, and providing them a great service and making sure that they go to Mexico.
Tell me why someone would want to fly charter.
Well,
I mean, besides the flights on the plane, regular plane.
it saves a lot of time. Flying commercial now it's getting probably a little bit more and more difficult to have to show up at the airport, and depending on the airport, sometimes 2 or 3 hours ahead before your scheduled flight. There's just so many things that the airlines are putting out there, but for a private, you get to set the time of your departure, your destination, and how many people will go through depending on the capacity of the aircraft.
Maybe we're going to Honolulu in the morning. We'll be back at 2:03 p.m. Is it really that? I mean, so we can wake up and say we want to go to Honolulu and call you up and say this is our desire, so that you don't have to be at the beck and call of a larger commercial airline.
Exactly.
That really is the idea.
Exactly, and that's how we are regulated. Is we, the airlines schedule flights and stuff like that. We are on demand, meaning that we decide when and where and what time we want to go, and we have to fulfill that.
Why Pensacola? What makes Pensacola so unique to have this business, which is not that less than 10 years old here? So what makes Pensacola so unique to land not only the business here, but then for you to become part of that here?
Well, the business owners, called me and we discussed, and then I came on board and working with them. But that was an existing business here, which I was already existing a year before. I'm currently on a joint when we took over the business 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. But what we have found out is Pensacola is geographically conveniently located for an air charter because of the destinations, high demand destinations, if you will. Especially here in Florida. South Florida is very, very popular. It's a very popular destination for private charter.
Florida in general.
South Florida in general is very, very popular. Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Miami, especially since after the pandemic, when we realized that, or a lot of people realized that Florida was pretty much wide open. In addition of what Florida already had offered, such as the great weather, the beach, and all those kind of things. So we are, conveniently located for this destination. Nashville is becoming also a destination. Texas, Dallas, Austin, all those cities are also destinations, or I would say destination for where people fly in and out.
So from Pensacola, you're saying that you're seeing high flight pattern, or what we would call it, from here to Nashville, here to Dallas, that those are people then joining it?
Georgia.
Okay. Are they doing it for business mostly, or are they doing it for pleasure, or
Mixed business travel is picking up again. After the pandemic, business travel is picking up again. A lot of pleasure, a lot of, mix of business and pleasure as well. And like I said earlier, flying commercial is becoming more and more difficult. And I like to say that as long as the airline industry doesn't get their act together, we're good.
You don't have to go to WWE, you go to Delta, to see a good fight. We're not sponsored by Delta, also, I guess. I do want to be nosy a bit. And what's the most famous celebrity that you've flown?
Well, we're all about privacy, so that's why
Is
it's
it
called
legal?
private.
There's no HIPAA here. There's
That's
no
why it's
HIPAA
called
law.
private jet.
HIPAA law.
So we
Just give me an initial. DW. Where did I go? DW and Taylor? husband?
I don't know.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy.
I
Okay,
don't know.
you
So
get a lot of
there's-
business by
there's
saying,
that.
I don't know, you know, that doesn't like that. So so we titled this The Future of Air Charter, Private, Air Charter. What do you see coming down the road? I mean, you mentioned that as long as the commercial, airlines are having this huge challenge right now. What do you see as, or how do you see private air charter as one of those solutions to that?
The convenience that private air charter offers, I mean, it's really great because, like I said, you can walk from. It doesn't even take you 5 minutes for the boarding process. It's less than 5 minutes for. You can even drive your car all the way to jet side and pretty much just walk in and take your seat. Along with, you know, people that are traveling with you, family, business, or whatever the case may be, in this seat and take your seat and turn the engine on and here we go.
Wow.
And anything at your destination, the car could be waiting for you.
Arranged by.
Arranged. With our charge service, we have also a full concierge service for transportation, catering, and all these kind of things. And a car will be waiting for you. Either rent a car, your own car, or the driver will be waiting for you jet side.
I can get some chicken wings and grapefruit pie.
Exactly.
Right there. Okay, all right. So I can hear people asking now, you talk about convenience, you talk about the privacy, you talk about the destination of making business pleasures, taking who I want to and being all together. Percentage wise, what is the cost of a normal flight? If I'm going to New York and I'm paying $700 round trip to New York, what would I on a commercial flight? What percentage wise would I pay?
I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it's going to be significantly a little bit more than a commercial. But once again, it's going to save you time. You get there probably a little bit faster because the jets fly higher, faster than the commercial aircraft. So you're going to save a lot of time. A lot.
So why for you, and you may have mentioned this, but help me out here, why did you choose, because of your experience, why did you choose the charter business? What was in the charter business that looks like anything you've done in the past or what you wanted to do in the future?
Once I get in the charter business, I would say, I want to call it by accident because I didn't know too much about it. But I came to love it, and I see there's a lot of similarity between what I was the restaurants and also the charter business. A lot of similarity. Once again, it's a service that we provide, charter business provides, and our goal is to make to elevate the trips, to make it as comfortable, safe as possible. So there's a lot of similarity with the restaurants as well.
Okay. So I'm ready to go to Honolulu. He didn't say here's a free ticket, like we're gonna give away a free ticket, so he didn't fall for mine. I'm ready to go to Honolulu. Well, listen, thank you. I know this was a little different than we normally do, but I am excited that you are here with us. Thank you so much for sharing this, and I know we're going to open it up for questions, but I think it's important. One, and you said, I appreciate what you said, that you're accidentally got in there, but often I think opportunities like that, provide for times accidents provide good opportunities to excel. That's what I'm trying to say. All really, I need to drink some more water, maybe that should have been June. We'll talk about that later. Well, listen, thank you so much, John
My
Pierre.
pleasure.
Air service, but air charter, but the jet, I think is really, I think people's ears kind of perked up. So thank you so much for joining me on the Pensacola Network. We're excited, and we're gonna open it up to our audience here. Go ahead.
Okay. Compared to commercial airline, what are the approximate costs of the seat on your planes?
So the question was compared to commercial airlines, what are the approximate costs for the seat on your plane?
Thank you for the question. We don't sell our seats. So once you book the entire aircraft. Yeah, and depending on how many seats, it could be one person, it could be, let's say the aircraft seats 8 people, it could be 8 people, and the price, the cost will be the same. For whatever.
Okay. Let's say there are 8 people on the plane. What's the cost?
And once again, the 8 people, 1 person, the cost is always.
He's a financial advisor. He's trying to pin this down, right? So you can make sure you have your expenses and revenues in line with what you're saying. Good investment.
So is there like some kind of security check you have to go through for people to book the plane? Like typical airline, or is there a special process to use for that?
Yes, it's pretty much the same process instead of. The question was, is there a security check as the same as the airline at the airport, or is there a special process that private jet have to go through? It's pretty much the same. The exception, we will run the TSA check to make sure that passengers are allowed to fly. They're on a no-fly list zone. And we do that check, for you, and then all the questionnaires or all the things that are allowed or not allowed to be carried on the aircraft. All those things also will be done by us, and also ID check, and always to make sure that the passengers are who they say they are.
So we can carry more than 4 ounces on y'all's plane? That's what you think?
No, the same, pretty much the same.
We can't carry more than 4 ounces?
You can,
Okay.
but pretty much just the same, except that you don't go through the line.
Okay.
Yes, sir. How many airplanes do you have here, and do you have other planes staged elsewhere in Florida or the U.S.?
Very good question. So we have 3 aircraft here in Pensacola, and this is our base. We don't have aircraft, we don't have a fleet big enough to have aircraft positions all around the country. So 99% of the time our flights are actually originating from Pensacola, and then we go position to wherever passengers are departing from. And then 99% of the time we bring the aircraft home.
So they could make, to Reggie's question, they could make connecting flights if you're having an international flight, then you can fly up to Canada, and then they may go on to another destination. You just make that leg a bit easier.
Yes or no? Yeah, sometimes for international flight, if they, let's say they're landing Atlanta and they want to go to Canada and want to take private, then yes, we can do that. Yeah.
So what's like a typical flight? Like if you're going to charter your aircraft, are you chartering it for 3 days, 2 days, a week, or how does that work?
It just depends. How does it work? If somebody would like to charter, would it be?
So for example, like I wouldn't necessarily charter a flight to go for a vacation for 2 weeks down in Miami and have you wait down there. Will you fly me down there and come back and pick me up? That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes. So we'll fly down there and come back with you up. For a vacation like that, I send it long. Sometimes it's a same day trip. Let's say you have a meeting and you want to go to Texas or somewhere in Texas, and say Dallas, you have a meeting. Honolulu. Okay.
But a typical customer, is it just to go somewhere like on a real short trip, a day trip and come back? Or is it for several days? What's the typical customer?
Once again, we have a lot of same day trips, and those are usually for business. Those are very convenient, or sometimes this could be personal, such as visiting family, for let's say a quick visit to the family and come back, or it's a funeral or something like that. You need to be there, but you can come back home the same day. Then we'll wait for you and just bring you back home. There are same day trips. Some people would go for 2 days, however extended.
Reggie, then Harry.
JP, do you have something like a ride share, like a flight share? So let's say you have a flight and you're going to Houston and you only need 4 seats, but the plane has 8. And is that something you could offer to say you have 4 seats if anyone's looking to go to Houston or New York?
We try to go to Hawaii with Robin.
That's right.
In the military, they used to call that space available. I don't know if they still do that, but you pay like, it used to be $10, you pay $10. I know it's not $10, but you just pay it. That's a great question.
Yes, that is a great question. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to do that. So we cannot, once again, sell per seats. So it has to be friends or family getting together and just figuring out what to do, and then have one contact person that will say, okay, we'll book your aircraft and we're going to Honolulu.
So this really is a concierge sort of service where it is, you're booking, as Neil asked the question, the whole plane. And then to Harry's point, if you have extra seats.
And that can be arranged through, this is just me thinking, that could be through a travel agency or anything like that, that would arrange who wants to go, how many people they can gather. So the cost can be more affordable, probably.
That really is that. I'm just saying, it's entrepreneur. Sounds like an opportunity, yes, sir.
I'm not going to Honolulu. Is there a typical or minimum number of days or weeks you have to make a reservation in advance, or is it you got to pay for it 2 weeks ahead of time? Or what's the timing? Can I pick up the phone tomorrow and say, hey, can we go somewhere Monday? Just curious.
Yes, you can pick up the phone right now as we speak. You can call us, and if we are available, we can depart within 2 hours.
Wow.
And in our industry, the part 135 is called on demand, so we're pretty much at the mercy of the customers. So we only need 2 hours to get the crew together. If the plane is available, if the aircraft jet is available, we only need 2 hours to get the crew together, and of course do the flight planning and those kind of things. And we can just be wheels up or take off within 2 hours.
So back to Harriet's question with that, there are opportunities where people have, and supermarkets have them. Excuse me, where you sign up for a card or something, and you're that sort of, what do they call those customers?
Concierge.
Not concierge.
Customer reward.
Like a reward system, yeah, so that you sign up and that you get these perks. I think one of the things that I saw was that there are some charter airline services that offer an investment, so that you pay $1,000 a month, and then you have your sort of pick of, I think because you're either making frequent business travel or something like that, and you want the convenience of a private charter, you also want to have your selection as well, so that it's a sort of, that you pay $1,000 a month, and so whether you use the service or not, it's, it's available to you.
Yes, and there are different business models out there. Some of the big charters, such as NetJets or Pensacola, they have what we call a membership only, where their customers are members. So you buy a membership, and they usually will work with you as far as a cost per hour, how much it will cost you whenever, every time, right? And you sign a contract with them. So you lock in the cost, but you also have to pay the membership fee. And you get access, because they have such a bigger fleet, you get access to the jet whenever, wherever. But they do have sometimes they do have blockout dates. When it's busy, sometimes you just don't, they don't guarantee that. Or probably we use the word guarantee, they don't guarantee that they will have the check ready for you. So there are blockout dates. But once you are a member, they guarantee you that anytime, whenever you need a check, you will have one available. With us at Air Charter, we don't do that business model. We are more like on demand based on availability. We don't have a membership fee. Some of us membership fee can be a little bit hefty. We don't have any of those. You pretty much book a flight, and you pay as you go, with no membership fee.
Right.
I know with your restaurant background, do you have like, can you cater certain meals for your guests that are flying back and forth? They order certain meal packages with you?
Yes. And back once again, we have a full concierge service that we provide. So we ask for requests, and any type of request, meals or some special snacks, special beverages. In addition of what we carry, if somebody wants something special, we will provide this.
I was trying to see if anybody has catfish and creme brulee. What did you say? Champagne? Did you? Oh, bourbon? Did you say bourbon?
That comes with the flight.
It doesn't matter. I just said something.
Something.
Bourbon, okay. No matter, 2020 on your flight, okay.
When you have a food bar in the aircraft.
Good. I'll fly.
You've been handing out some cards tonight. You don't need to break it, we'll get there.
What planes do you fly with the capacity?
We have two citation flyers. One, the capacity is 7, and the other one is 8. And we have the citation XLS, which is bigger, and also has more room as far as space is concerned. And that one is 68.
We'll end already.
Oh,
okay.
I have a question now when you said space. So like on your planes, they're not like the commercials. So we got room, we got, you know how they have these limousines and buses, party buses, they got lots of room. So in your planes, are they set up like the commercial plane, or we got room to stretch out?
You got room to stretch out. So
Watch TV and.
we don't have a TV, but you can stretch out, and there will be all captain chairs. Chairs, and one of them, two of them, have benches where.
So it's not.
Okay, you ready?
You mentioned in order to expand the international offerings, it can be done. Do you foresee expanding the international offerings?
Yeah, I mean, we're growing, so we foresee that in addition of the operation, the private jet operation, we also have another entity called Elevate, which is a broker entity. So what that entity does is to find aircraft for customers, for people, where when we're not available, it doesn't matter where and how big the aircraft is, we'll find operators or some others that will provide that for an international trip or a bigger trip or anything like that. With that entity, we have done some services with the Saints football team and the Pelicans as well.
So that you
And
can.
for that, we needed a 737 because it had like 80 to 100 people sometimes. So we needed a bigger private jet for that.
So you can charter all the way international, is what you're saying then?
With our different entity, yes,
Different entity, but you
Yes.
can handle that.
we can handle that process. Yes.
Okay, wow. So we're going to Honolulu and then where else, Ray? Where you going? Equatorial Guinea. Guinea South. That's like saying that, Guinea South. Well, listen, thank you so much again for being here. Jean-Pierre will be available. I know you got it before the race. He's like, he's ready. He's like, all right, Robert, wrap this up. Dimitri Baptiste, my co-director, and his beautiful assistant, Joseph. So thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
For being here. Thank you for making sure that we stay informed about the latest trends in this industry. We appreciate it. Well, please join me in thanking John Peter. He will be here to answer your questions afterwards, and we'll make the connection online for Aero Charter, so to make sure that you can contact him. Thank you all. Make sure that you meet each other. We are grateful again, as always, to Villa Square here, who since 2013 is an amazing place to come down to Belmont Villas. Thankful to Reverend John Powell and Truth for Youth. Y'all give him up. He is still doing his campaign to preserve this historic building here, the Belmont building, the Belmont Cultural Center. So please share your resources with him there. And thank you to the Dwarf. Whew, thank you to the Dwarf. Speaking of transitions, we just lost Miss Vera Rance for the original owner. She was 95 and is an amazing soul. And so it's her niece now, Niecy Jones, who is family, that white athlete. And so we're excited. So you have to stay right here in Belmont the Village. You have 5 sisters. Anybody know something good about 5 sisters? 2 times in 2 weeks. 2 times in a week.
Good things about it.
Heard it. 12 years in the neighborhood, right? 12 years in the neighborhood. And so we're excited. So please meet each other, meet Jean-Pierre, and then I think we're done. Oh, we got some money to give away?
We're good.
Oh, we're good. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw money. I kind of stopped here. I thought maybe I saw money like I could book my charter. Yeah, so I'm like, you're going to $5 book my next charter. Oh, yeah, layaway system. No, okay, no, I saw that list. No.
Hey, not that way, but hey.
Pay not layaway.
Timeshare.
Yeah. You say $5 and they give you 1 chicken wing. That'll be it. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. Lord and I are grateful for everything that y'all do, and I think that's a wrap, because I see him giving me the, you gotta go, we going to Honolulu, but you get the Oh, group right, you should have asked me.
That's fun.
Thank you for joining
Sit down. Now you say something. Now you know something. See wait a minute. What was that? It was an airplane. I can't find that. Oh, yeah, they No. That's flying you from 45 minutes.
It's definitely something to do that.
That they fly you like 75 minutes. Have you on the mountain?
45 minutes.
I'm sorry, let's take off and land. I'm sorry.
That's good to be brave.
Yes.
Take care. Yeah, you can get our doors open.